Hello everybody! Welcome back to the SMO Pro League 2026. We have another match coming from Group B right now. We have VGR versus DannyGeffen. I am alone in the booth today bringing you this match. I'll be commentating this. And we are getting ready to start right now. Both runners are of course running on Switch 2. We have VGR with a 55-18 PB, which is currently second place on the speedrun.com leaderboards. He is also the reigning champion of the Pro League, having won last year's Pro League. And we have DannyGeffen on the other side with a 57-22, an absolutely huge text font on Switch for some reason, and in light mode. Interesting. It was worth noting VGR is essentially locked to qualify for playoffs. DannyGeffen cannot qualify at all. So we'll see how both runners approach this match with that knowledge in mind. But he is hoping they still play at their best and bring us a good match. We have DannyGeffen starting here. Will be some resyncing done, but I have faith in our Restreamer to do so. Here we go. We are starting. We're going to be entering Cap Kingdom here. Not expecting anything particularly interesting from Cap, although of course there are Hydrophobia on left side. Two strats of twice, which I assume both runners will be going for. Danny missing Hydrophobia there. That is not how you do left side. DannyGeffen did not. Alright. DannyGeffen went all the way around the tower and climbed up a different way. So VGR already with a pretty decent lead coming out of Cap. Yeah, VGR 5 seconds ahead out of Cap, which is very significant for this point in the game. See if DannyGeffen can make up any lost time in Cascade. Of course, if VGR continues to play consistently, it likely will not happen. VGR finishing off Man and Brood has had a pretty clean Cascade so far. DannyGeffen finishing off the fight, this lead staying pretty consistent. Neither one has had huge mess ups here, VGR obviously with some slightly cleaner movement to be expected from the gap between their PBs. But of course, things can still change if Danny is able to play extremely well throughout the rest of the game. And VGR will need to make a couple of mistakes, but if Danny can exploit any possible time save over VGR, he has a chance to potentially not lose this race. Although it is going to be very difficult. VGR with a clean chest clip there. That also looks good from Danny. Yep, very nice. Both me cashing in on that time save and leaving Cascade. VGR not getting action guided. And neither does DannyGeffen. Of course, both runners going to be going for reverse town, as is the standard at this level. No differences here. The VGR making the SDA. DannyGeffen also made it. Suspected it. Oh, VGR missed that jump up towards Rumble Room. Now this is a lot closer now. Let's see the high honor birds from both runners. Mess up here could be a huge opportunity for the other, but they both get it very cleanly. VGR gonna be barely keeping this lead, but Danny is right on his tail. Both grabbing the June Moon, no struggles there. At least no struggles to actually find the moon. VGR with that very clean roll cancel CRJ movement up to the icicle and then up into the archway. So these slight micro time saves can be slowly piling up to give him the lead over DannyGeffen, but especially if Danny makes a mistake like that, missing the jump up onto that fence and falling down. VGR with a very nice sand ram there. DannyGeffen Sandram also looks fine. Yeah, he's making it up there. But VGR's taking a significant lead now. One mess up from DannyGeffen and VGR's already running away with it. He needs everything he can get here. Joe with a very nice reverse Jaxie. DannyGeffen also going to be doing reverse Jaxie right now. Very clean. VGR's movement here. Just fine for him to get the bullet bill manip. Now makes his way back over to platform clip. Let's see the cycle here. That looks fine. Yeah, he's gonna make it out of bounds before the bullet bill interrupts him. See DannyGeffen's platform cycle. This also looks fine. Maybe slightly slower than VGR's, I'm not sure. VGR gonna be growing some coins. Getting up to 170. If he gets Cloud Hint Art, that will be completely sufficient for the rest of the run. Or will it? No, no. Maybe. I'm not sure. I think that will be fine, yeah. Well, DannyGeffen got a lot of coins, currently sitting on 303. VGR with a 12-second lead coming out of sand. We going in a lake. See, he's gonna be going for triple lake clip. Oh, but he misses it. Will DannyGeffen have any better luck? VGR with the quick backup though, using the standard lake clip. DannyGeffen also going for triple. He also missed, failing to exploit that time save, and he's struggling to get the backup too. There we go. Oh no, he falls through! And yeah, he's just gonna back this up with Rango route. That is very rough. VGR saving a significant amount of time over Danny and Lake. It's very unfortunate for DannyGeffen. Danny now gonna make his way over to Rango. While VGR is about to grab his final moon in Lake using this camera clip. And despite the triple Lake clip miss, he is still going to be able to take a huge lead coming out of Lake due to the unfortunate failure of DannyGeffen to land the backup Lake clip. clean start of wooded here from VGR. The lead is about 29 seconds, which is a lot, but it's not insurmountable if things go badly in wooded, because wooded mess-ups are quite punishing and there's a lot of things that can potentially happen here. If Danny can exploit any time loss from VGR in wooded, this is not an impossible situation, but of course, it is the last thing Danny wants to concede to VGR such a huge lead this early in the race, given the fact he's already at a disadvantage. VGR going to be coming up on that clip in just a second. That looks good, yep. DannyGeffen missing his Shireen bounce there. VGR navigating the Autobahns very successfully. Making his way up to ramp. She also navigates successfully. Getting up onto the railing. DannyGeffen taking false stun there, interesting. This start has been much rougher for Danny. He's going to be going for nut clip now. VGR with the maze clip attempt. That actually looks good. And no. He did not make it out of bounds, unfortunately. Have to go around. VGR taking damage there, messing up his setup for FRS. But that should still work. Good backup there. Danny going up to the maze, not going to be going for maze clip. That did not work. That is unsuccessful. So also gonna have to walk all the way around to dead end. VGR already out of the tower, DannyGeffen just making his way up to the crumbling tower moon here. Clean corner nut movement from VGR. We're coming up to flooded pipes, we'll see if he gets pipes clip. He is going to go for it, as expected. And he does get it. Very nice. Aside from Maze Clip, that was a pretty good wooded from VGR. Things have been much more rough for Danny. Looks like DannyGeffen is also going for pipes clip. That looks good. Yep, he does get it successfully. Very nice. VGR is already in cloud as DannyGeffen leaves wooded. After that rough wooded, it's not a surprise that VGR's lead has increased to 46 seconds going into Cloud. VGR landing the Cloud hint art. Still needs coins, but can probably pick them up throughout the rest of the game until Lunch and Shock, especially in Seaside. There will be a lot of coins for him. DannyGeffen with the slight cloud boost there. I'm going to be entering the fight just as VGR finishes it. DannyGeffen misses the cloud hint art. Gonna have to replace that with a different hint art later on. Still lands the fast up though. VGR coming up to Meme Tree with the dive vault Meme Tree, making his way up. Gotta love this lost movement here. High level lost movement is a great thing to witness. VGR got a successful reverse repeatal. We're going for cage triple. DannyGeffen only at propeller pillar. DannyGeffen with just a slightly less clean movement here. VGR leaving lost with a 21:00 exit according to live data. Moving into Night Metro, DannyGeffen will follow. Starting off pretty smoothly here with the successful awning jump. Moving to Gerda sandwich. VGR's lead is now 57 seconds. The very clean lost. Getting in some extra time here. Some very nice hall movement from VGR. Not actually going for the chest jump, going for the standard blind jump. VGR getting ready for Giggler, and he is getting it successfully. DannyGeffen definitely needs this if he wants to have a chance. VGR's been playing pretty well so far. Aside from few minor slip-ups and wooded, most notably Maze clip, and of course the late clip miss. There were some mess-ups in sand as well, but he's been able to keep the lead over DannyGeffen. His run has been slightly less consistent so far. VGR finishing off Giggler. He got the Giggler hint art just to make sure he would have enough coins. DannyGeffen also gets Giggler. VGR also landed a very clean 2-cycle after getting back from Giggler, and should now be fine as he proceeds to day metro. DannyGeffen has not gotten the hint art. He might get it. No, he's gonna go back. He probably will need the pool hint art. I don't think he will get enough coins to get from 252 to 300. Rough wiggle up in there. Slightly less clean 2-cycle. VGR with the nice drive by scoot clip. Oh, missing pole dram there. I'm gonna go for a backup. DannyGeffen only just finishing Night Metro. We will see what the difference is here. VGR on a huge 500 coins. He definitely did not need that extra hint art. Though I guess if he gets fish dip, he might get less coins along the way. Maybe he needed them for slots in luncheon, who knows. Though he gets coins here, no, he definitely has enough now. He has 410. So unless he dies at some point, he definitely did not need that hint art. Looks like DannyGeffen skipped his Night Metro split or doesn't have a Night Metro split, so we don't actually know the difference right now. It is definitely huge. We'll compare at the end of day Metro instead then. VGR can be entering people's room. We'll see how reverse people's goes. The lever. And successfully landing reverse people's. DannyGeffen went for the vault there. Get to the end of bullet building. And while DannyGeffen making his way over to the second half of the kingdom, we'll be getting his last 7 moons. VGR has already finished day Metro and is moving on to snow. DannyGeffen did not go for reverse peoples. There was a bit of time off of VGR, who did attempt it and he got it. Danny is going to very much struggle to catch up here, especially if VGR keeps playing the way that he has. Could of course be going for ICC, as we can see where the fuck he's going to shop first. He might be. I don't know. All I know is Gabe is not here, and he has not responded to me. I've been pinging him, so I'm soloing now. It's just how it is. VGR missing snow clip there. Unfortunate. See if DannyGeffen can get it and potentially save a couple seconds. The lead out of Day Metro has jumped all the way to 1:25 in VGR's favor. A very nice minute there. Watched any good TV shows lately, Nimbus? I have not. Not really. I'll be honest. This is all the entertainment I need. VGR gonna be getting ready for ICC. DannyGeffen going for snow clip here. Finished your rewatch of 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nice, I hope you enjoyed that. DannyGeffen got snow clip there. VGR with the very smooth ICC. We going up to Snowdram, a very important trick as well. Oh, believed to be much more straightforward for players at this level. No setup needed from VGR, very successful, very nice. DannyGeffen. I'm missing the Piney there. Gonna slow him down a bit. VGR already done with snow. DannyGeffen only just done with the first sub room. This is not ideal. Still needs to go through all of Goomba Room and Snowdram. Well, he too will also be going for ICC. Could be something that could trip him up, but we'll see. DannyGeffen over setup plus ICC. What the hell? Does he have a death wish? Okay, going for the setup. And missing it still. And continuing with setup plus attempts. And he gets it! Oh my god. Not gonna be enough to regain the lead. In fact, that definitely saved 0 time. Not getting a vault for Snowdrum. I'm gonna have to try it again. Going for the setup this time. Landing it. VGR gets fish dip. Very smoothly making his way through the rest of Seaside. Gonna be finishing the kingdom soon, as DannyGeffen is just on his way there now. The lead is now 159 to VGR. This could be very rough. DannyGeffen with a fairly clean start to Seaside. That nice movement up to ride the jet stream. VGR's already out of Seaside and moving into Luncheon. Potentially one of the most dangerous kingdoms in the whole game. The longest individual split. Any mistake on Luncheon can be very punishing. VGR needs to play this very well. He cannot let his guard down yet though, of course. With a lead as big as this. We'll see how he chooses to approach Luncheon. Very clean spiritless jump. DannyGeffen just coming up on fish clip now, gonna be finishing Seaside soon. VGR actually fell down there and had to jump back up, messing up that forkless movement. Not something you want to see. DannyGeffen missed that spin throw into the chest. That's time for slots. VGR doing the spin throw setup, and getting it successfully. DannyGeffen finally out of Seaside. The lead is now 205 to VGR, who is now on pace to get 72 points. Hit the heart, but didn't go for the heart strat. He didn't grab it. DannyGeffen has now entered Luncheon. Clean salt triple. DannyGeffen made it past the speedless jump. We'll be proceeding along his standard route. Going into slots as VGR did. VGR's already a chop. We'll soon be going for invis block jump, which can be very dangerous. Death there is probably one of the worst things you could hope for. Though that alone will not be enough for DannyGeffen to make up all this lost time. I want to get this crate moon first, though. Oh, DannyGeffen coming over to these lava bounces over to the Fox room. VGR successfully got invis block jump. We'll be going to the magma crossing sub area to finish off the kingdom. Well, not quite finish off the kingdom. We will have to do timer challenge 1 afterwards, which is back near the Odyssey. DannyGeffen finishing the second set of lava bounces over towards Jutting Crag on turnip 2, which you will now be collecting. VGR gone for timer challenge 1, this final moon of this kingdom. And he's gonna finally be able to make it out of luncheon and into RBM, into the final act of the game. DannyGeffen will be stuck in lunch for a bit longer, growing both the turnips here. Going to have to go to shop, then to the invis block jump after getting the crate moon, and then and only then he can get the last couple moons he'll need. VGR already going to be making his way over to Ruined. Final luncheon exit being a 41:02. Pretty good pace. BPT is currently 56:11, which is 10 seconds better than his best time in this tournament so far. According to the stat sheet, I'm not sure if that has been updated or anything, if that's been beaten. No, I have not gotten any snow because this is the UK and it's too boring for that. It just rains instead. DannyGeffen with the successful invis block jump. VGR saving the goat as is required. DannyGeffen almost falling in the lava there. Danny's going to be finishing off luncheon, while VGR coming to the end of the Ruined Dragon fight. The distance between them is only increasing. Now, DannyGeffen having left luncheon, this seems an apt time to do shoutouts. So, shoutouts to the two runners. There's VGR and DannyGeffen for participating in this year's Pro League. VGR having qualified after winning last year's Pro League, and DannyGeffen qualifying from Division S's qualification bracket for those that lost in the quarterfinals. in which he qualified by defeating Pro FK in the second round. Shoutouts to Danster for restreaming this race, because without that it would not be possible for you to view this race right now, and also for being one of the organizers of this whole tournament. And shout out to Michael Guy for doing the stats for this race. If you want to view the stats sheets, they have a lot of interesting stuff on there. You can type !stats pro in the Twitch chat, or view the link in the Discord. VGR already in Bowser's Kingdom. The gap between the two out of luncheon was 2 minutes and 20 seconds. That is obviously pending DannyGeffen's ruined exit. He may lose time compared to VGR. We do not know. DannyGeffen's PPT right now is a 58.49. VGR's a 56.12, which is a huge gap. Danny finally finishing off the Ruined Dragon fight. We'll be joining VGR and Bowser shortly. VGR's already finished the Ogre Story Moon and making his way over to Shards. Not going for down throw or max of 2 shards. Going for the standard new shards, but he is going for birdless shards, which he did get successfully. That was very clean. And we'll be hitting the moon immediately. Very nice. Very clean shards there. Gap is now 222, judging by ruined exits. So Danny has not caught up a bit. In fact, he has fallen slightly further behind. And VGR's Bowser has been pretty clean so far, so it's going to be difficult for him to make up any of that time. Not impossible, but difficult. VGR are going to be coming up on the bunnies fights now. As DannyGeffen is entering the kingdom. VGR landing Zarbomba successfully. Interesting Ogre movement there. Yeah, he's slipping out underneath the Ogre. And he's actually missing that ground pound. Losing some time. Well, VGR starting the second bunnies fight. Topper, of course, the proper fight to do second. And getting that very cleanly, finishing off the fight. DannyGeffen making his way over to Shards. See how he approaches Shards. Looks like he's going to be going for new Shards as he gets a dive back and then this Shard here. Yeah, just the standard new Shards from Danny as well. No down throw or max of 2 Shards. Successful birdless Shards. VGR gone for Pipeless here by breaking the top 2 crates for this moon. Getting a spin throw there, not the movement that he needed. That's going to lose him a bit of time. But then successfully getting pipeless, setting up that spin pound into a bolt to clear this gap and make his way over to the bird. DannyGeffen going for Bowser Jam. VGR landed with no issue earlier, and DannyGeffen also landing with no issue. VGR still with a 56-12 PPT, with a 48-11 bunnies exit. DannyGeffen successfully getting Zob Bomber. VGR struggling with the Birdle's climb up the mech. Not something you would typically expect. Oh, he's missing it again. Going for the climb the third time. And this time making it up. Bit of a weird angle there. But he's making it up this time. And now he's on top of the mech. We continue with the fight as usual, landing top at acquired. That's going to lose him a bit of time though. That is rough. Probably one of the biggest time losses we've seen so far, aside from the lake clip mess up. One of the biggest individual time losses we've seen from VGR thus far. It's going to be setting up for new TA, fast TA, and getting it. Finishing off the mech fight. Well, DannyGeffen has finished the two bunnies fights. He also did them in the correct order. And will be making the mech climb himself. VGR is about to be done with Bowser's Kingdom and making his way up to Moon. DannyGeffen also getting the pipeless set up by breaking those top two crates. Hope this goes smoother than VGR's pipeless. And some interesting movement there, but that works, I suppose. Not getting the spin pump vault, just doing a single jump over this gap. Not sure if that saved time considering VGR's slight mess up at the start of pipeless, but VGR's movement when he got the trick was definitely faster than Danny's. I'm not sure who got the better pipeless there. Looks like DannyGeffen also doesn't split for bunnies. I guess he just does the one split for Metro and one split for Bowser's. So we'll see what the gap is out of mech. VGR's BPT going all the way to a 56-37 now. With a significant time loss in mech. But DannyGeffen also struggling with the climb. Not as badly as VGR did. He managed to recover that first attempt very well, though he did initially miss. Getting a topper there. And staying on top in the third phase where he will be waiting to hit Harriet's bubble. VGR has entered Moon. Gonna get some very clean surface movement, very nice vector there. Yeah, straight past the rolling moon snake. He's gonna be presumably going for one wall jump. Moon cave skip, that was also a successful TA from DannyGeffen, who will be joining VGR and Moon shortly. Of course, not going to be enough to contest the immense lead that VGR has built over the course of this race. Over 2 minutes now. So that birdless will have got the birdless climb on mech will have saved Danny some crucial time back compared to VGR, so we'll see. VGR pausing the game there, trying to skip the cutscene a bit too early. And entering the final Bowser fight. For this method to get that that hat. Getting that very clean. Moving on to the second phase. DannyGeffen Now leaving Bowser's. The gap 221. And now VGR done with Bowser. Danny with a pretty clean vector there. Good surface movement so far. VGR going for 2DSS. And getting a first try, very nice. DannyGeffen got a successful, I believe, one wall jump and cave skip. And will be entering the Bowser fight. VGR has entered pillars. As DannyGeffen enters Bowser. Pretty clean pillars from VGR. Oh, DannyGeffen missing the second fast hat, was too close to the hat when he backflipped and went into it. Not gonna reattempt it. It is very difficult to reattempt the second fast hat if you miss it, because you can't do the normal setup because the hitbox of the hat extends. Danny obviously knows this. Yeah, that's VGR finishing the race. 56-39. Any jump count guesses? I'm gonna say 703. That's my guess. DannyGeffen finishing off the Bowser fight. See if DannyGeffen goes for 2DSS. He has record of having attempted it. Missing that third jump on the first try, falling down, and now going into 2D, giving up. 709! Oh, I was close. I don't think that was me that was one off. I think it was Cats, I don't know. Can't remember. I do remember one time someone being one off though. I'm like pretty sure I was there. DannyGeffen getting a pretty clean first pillar there. Second and the third, moving to fourth. Missing any fireballs. At least getting a clean finish to the run. Of course that Bowser fight was rough. On the live stats, he is ending with a 59-44, a 3 minute and 4 second gap. The VGR will be awarded with 78 points and DannyGeffen with 12. Of course, the final result was already locked, but we can, of course, confirm VGR will be moving to bracket. Now unable to achieve any position other than the very top of his group, while DannyGeffen will unfortunately be unable to qualify for this year's Pro League. Both of the runners are welcome to come in for interviews if they so wish. Hello VGR, GG's.
Thank you. What's up?
And hello
Yeah,
Danny.
GG, Danny.
GG.
GG's to both of you on your final race of group stage, and to VGR for the win.
Thank
Thank
God.
That's the end of that.
Sorry, man.
How do you both feel about your race today?
It's all good. Most of it was pretty good, and like the start of it and next split were terrible, but everything else was solid, so I can't really whine that much.
Yeah, mech was very rough. There was a lot of stuff that happened near the start, but everything in between was pretty clean, honestly.
That was so dumb, dude. That would have been my best. Probably, I think that would have been best time of the league if I didn't make that mech climb mistakes. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there actually. That was interesting to
I
witness.
think I got like an input drop, and then I pretty hard.
That's classic Odyssey. You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
DannyGeffen, your run was pretty rough. I'm gonna say.
I had a low 311 cascade. That was decent.
Let's go.
At least there's that.
Dude, I don't know what's been going on. It's like it's so crazy. I got 357s in 1 week time, of which one of them was a PB in a race. And this league has just been the worst for me. It has been the worst performance I've done in any tournament in the past 6 years I've been playing this game, hands down. Like, it's been horrible.
This league has been cursed for you. It's been really rough.
I think part of it is that I had the Division S before this, where I wasn't even playing the game really at all. So that went pretty bad, and then I started playing again, and I did some 90%, but it's just been like it just takes too long for my attention span to like be okay with it.
Yeah.
I just kind of eventually I just kind of like lose interest in doing all these races, and then I just stop trying, I think.
Yeah, I mean it happens sometimes, especially if you haven't played in a while or if you've just haven't got the interest going right now. It can be difficult to fully lock in the way that you might need for a competition like this. It's completely fair.
Yeah, it's a lot different than what it used to be, because I don't know if VGR remembers, but a couple years back in Division S, we were actually in the finale together.
Yeah, we
and
were the finalists.
I still lost, but like I did a lot better then than I did there. So
Mhm.
I I remember that run. I lost a minute to the Bowser fight, and
Oh God, what?
Classic.
kind of reminiscent of Danny's run just now. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh yeah, that Bowser fight was unfortunate for Danny.
I don't think he lost a minute though. But,
Yeah, it definitely was not a minute, but yeah, that was pretty rough.
yeah, I remember that being a funny final. I was so scared. I was like, "Am I gonna die and just lose it all right here?" It's
I mean,
3
Danny,
years
I'm gonna
ago.
call attention to your lake this run. That was really unfortunate because VGR missed triple lake clip and got a pretty clean backup, but he did miss the moon clip, so that was one chance you could have potentially had for time save. And then of course, what happened happened.
Yeah,
You
little
also missed the moon
bathtub.
clip, and then you
Dude.
bathtubed. Yep.
I don't know what the fuck has been going on with me with AAA clip this league. I've gotten it twice out of 7.
Oh.
Nice dude.
I-
I think I actually do think just a quick that this was probably the first race this year this league that I got Wiggler clip and Pipes clip in
Oh, no.
general.
Oh
So
god.
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
definitely my first time getting Pipes clip in the league. That's for sure.
we both got
That's
it.
good at least.
I think I just overthink AAA in races because I did practice of it and I think I literally got it like 9 for 10 or something like that. And I can probably say similar about most of these races where I've missed it, but then I just in the moment I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get it, and then I miss it.
And then you miss it. Damn. What was going on with setupless ICC, Danny?
That's that's just what I do. I don't know what
Alright.
to tell you.
It's the way he
Yeah.
operates.
That's
He
the way
just
I've been
does that.
operating for 3 years. So
He just does that, I guess. Alright, interesting. I mean, you got it eventually, so...
it usually doesn't take that long. I just
Yeah, I kind of guess it usually isn't that bad if you've been doing it for 3 years and not stopped yet. It can't be that bad every time.
got like second try on my PV.
Oh, very nice.
Speaking of snow, I think if I didn't miss snow clip, I probably would have golded or gotten really close to it.
My god, nice. Yeah, the snow clip miss was unfortunate.
I think that's my first snow clip lit miss of the league, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't even... Is snow clip even tracked on here?
It
Yes, it
is.
is. Yes, it is. This is your first miss of the tournament.
I knew it!
Good
Damn,
job.
that's unfortunate.
Thanks, Danny.
Oh, but yeah, you're now locked to qualify at the top of your group, VGR. No one can overtake you now.
I kind of figured.
Which makes sense. Your performance has been pretty consistent and pretty insane so far.
Yeah,
Not as if that was not expected, of course.
all 56s but 1, so I'm pretty happy with how I've been doing so far.
Yeah.
And I just hope to carry the momentum going forward because the races are definitely not going to get any easier.
Oh yeah, you're going to be playing against some tough competition going forward, of course. So best of luck in the bracket.
You just said your race against me. They're definitely not getting easier.
Hey, I did get more points against Speed and Odyssey Guy than I did in this race, so you didn't do the worst against me.
I'm going to say, Danny,
Speed,
you would have struggled with
that's
this.
on him, but Hisham is like that's like a given, bro.
Yeah, a little bit. No offense to him.
Oh,
Actually,
many offense to him.
If I'm not mistaken, according to the stat sheet, VGR played 1 second off DannyGeffen's sub here, so this would have been a struggle for you either way.
I don't think that's true. Don't you have a 55 song?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my sub there,
Oh,
but my
does
sub
he?
is 55.
Yeah, oh, the
55.
stat sheet is just wrong then. The stat sheet says 5638. The hell?
wish-
That was probably my sub when we started this whole tourney.
I wish I played 1 second off Danny's current sub. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would
I
have been
think,
great if you played off his actual sub in that case, yeah.
That is
Definitely-
probably that is probably what my switch to sub was when we started Div S. I think.
Okay, I see.
So shows how much I've improved that, I guess.
Yeah, if you
Also,
played
I
1
gotta-
second off as actual sub, in that case, that'd been great. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but that would have been pretty insane.
yeah. Yeah, that is
Also,
just
I got,
incorrect actually on the
I got a
stats.
haircut today.
Oh, nice.
Good job, bro.
Thank you.
How did this impact your performance?
I don't think it did, considering I got within the same 20-second range as I've gotten in 6 of my 7 races. So, I think probably not at all.
Probably no impact there. I see. Well, that was a good race. If either of you have anything more to say about it, go ahead and say that. If not,
I hope to see you back next year. It's always good having you, Danny.
You know what? Maybe. I gotta redeem myself.
if it happens, best of luck qualifying again for Pro League from Division S. We'll see if you can get in here another year in a row. It'd be great to see. And of course,
Probably.
VGR, again, best of luck to you in the bracket. We'll see if you can defend your title from last year.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Thank you.
We'll see. That's going to be it for today then. That was our final race, I believe. We'll see if Dan still wants to raid out anyone. I don't know. I'm not privy to these plans. So we'll see. But for now, okay, we are raiding Buster apparently. So yeah, everyone go show Buster some love. And that is going to be it from me and from SMO Community for today. So goodbye everybody, thank you all for watching.